Well, here we are back in Pioneer, and this time we're going to be playing a kind of green-white Selesnya Aggro type deck. So, most of the lands will come into play untapped. Some of them are chosen the lands, so they all come into play untapped 90% of the time, unless there's a few occasions where they won't. So, the main aim of the deck is just to slam down as much creatures as possible and just beat in, basically. Allowing our creatures to grow either through the Luminarch Aspirant, Bastard Ket, even a Janny. Experiment 1 will grow with every other creature that comes into play as long as its power toughness is taller. Warden the first tree can become a very large creature. The Fleece Main Line can go monstrous, getting hexproof and indestructible. Voice of Resurgence is a good recursion creature, so it replaces itself. Ronas, indestructible, can pump the rest of the team, or can pump members in the team and give them trample. Tireless Tracker for a couple of card draw. Garrick's Harbinger, hexproof from black, but also gives us pseudo card draw. And Voracious Hydra for a type of creature removal as well. Dromoka's Command for removal, and pump a creature, also removing of an enchantment. In the sideboard we've got 4 Deafening Silence for any non-creature decks. Basically our entire deck is virtually full of creatures, so the Deafening Silence should not harm us at all. We've got 2 Shalai, Voice of Plenty. They can give our creatures hexproof. Scavenging Ooze against any sort of graveyard decks. Shifting Ceratops against control. And Night of Autumn can be brought in against burn, also to remove any problematic enchantments or artifacts as well. So, without further ado, let's see how we get on. Oh, we'll start the recording. Right. We've got a game here against Venga. So it has already started. So it looks like we're up against some sort of an equipment deck. I'll play the Canopy Vista. And we'll get the Dromoka's Command and kill the SRAM. And don't want that sticking around for too long and drawing them extra cards. And get in for an attack for 3. Sparring Sanctuary, so all their artifact spells now have, non-artifact spells you cast have improvise. So we'll get the Garrick's Harbinger out, we've just drawn. Get in another attack for 3. There's Castle Vantris, but no other plays. I'll get Bastry out. We'll +1 him on the Garrick's Harbinger. Get in for an attack for 8. Let's see what we get off the top. Take the Garrick's Harbinger then. Paradoxical outcome. So we'll return cards back to the hand so they can draw some more. Right. Baral's expertise. So I'm going to return our 3 creatures, okay? Cast an inspiring statuary. Okay, so just Tireless Channel. We'll get the Garruk's Harbinger out because that gives us extra card draw if we hit. +1 Bassery on the Harbinger. No attacks at the moment. There's an Accorder Shield and a Cathar Shield. Okay, what are we playing here? Reverse Engineer, so they're going to draw 3 cards. They're going to have to play something. What are they playing here? Another paradoxical outcome. Drawing another 4. So we'll give Garruk's Harbinger indestructible, +1/+1, and we get the GGs. So we're going to bring in the 3 Knight of Autumn and the 4 Deafening Silence. We'll take out 2 Ajani the Great Hearted, 1 Experiment 1, 1 Ronus, a Garruk's Harbinger, Fleece Main Line, and a Voracious Hydra. Okay, well, that would be that's a keep. We've got a Deafening Silence there, so that will definitely help out against this deck. And another Deafening Silence. Play the Temple Garden, we'll play it untapped, and play the Deafening Silence. That will definitely slow down their deck. I didn't really see many creature spells from their deck, it was mainly artifacts. So they're going to gain 3 life there with a Navigator Compass. Play the Experiment 1. Play the Sunpearl Grove and play another Experiment 1. Next turn we can get the Fleece Main Lion down. Pump up the Experiment 1s. Reliquary Tower. Or tongue tied. Oh, there's a Warden. So we'll get the Mother Deafening Silence down. And we'll get the Fleece Main down as well. In for an attack for 2. Play the Warden. Spider Silk Net. I'll definitely say the Deafening Silence has definitely slowed them down quite a bit. There's a Dromoka's command. So I'll play the Fleece Main. Bump up the 2 Experiment 1s. in for an attack for 4. 5 with the Warden as well. Reverse Engineer. Draw 3 cards. Island. I think they were maybe not expecting the indefinite silence, or have they brought in some enchantment removal? I'm getting for everything, so it's in for 8. We'll pump up the Warden. Make it 10. So they're definitely going to have to get up and make it the GG's. Here we are, we've got a game against Marco Benoit, 90. Mountain and a Monastery Swift Spear. So it's burn or red aggro. Get in for an attack for 1. Okay, we'll play the Experiment 1. Mountain and a Stomp. Getting in for 2. Play the Branch Loft Pathway and play the other Experiment 1. And the Warden as well. Oops. Castle Embereth. No attacks. And they're playing the Bone Crusher. Play the Temple Garden. We'll play it untapped. We'll pump up the Warden. And I'm going to get in for 5. Do we block? There's a Stomp on the Experiment 1. Another Bone Crusher there. That's hits for 6. Canopy Feaster comes with the play tab. That's not very good. There's the other Bone Crusher. And they're getting in for 5. I'll block the Bone Crusher with the Experiment 1. And there's a Lightning Strike on the Warden. Voracious Hydra down for 2. We are able to kill the Monastery Swiftspear. And Garrick's Harbinger down next turn. And Torbrain, that doesn't matter now. Even one getting through is going to be enough. I can't think of anything to bring it in for the deck. They didn't really have that many non-creature spells. It looks like more of a red aggro than a burn, so we'll mulligan that. We'll keep that. Put a Sun Petal Grove to the bottom. Play the Branch Loft and get out the Warden. Mountain. And the Soul Scarmage. There's a Sun Petal Grove. We'll get the Experiment 1 out. Earthshaker Kenra. So I'm going to tap down the Warden, or can't block I should say. Attack with both. Play the Luminarch. Counter on the Warden. Another Mountain. And again in front of attack. Just take the 3. Actually, we'll block the Earthshaker Kenra with the Experiment 1. See if they're going to trade or just kill it. There's a Stomp, so they're getting rid of the Luminarch Aspirant. And they're going to trade with the Experiment 1. Play the Branch Loft. Make the Warden a 4/4. There's a Rampaging Frostodon. We'll take the 1. Pass 3. Play Ronas. So hopefully that'll help us with blocking. I'm going to get in for 3. And there's a shock on the Wardens, so I can't block a Ronas anymore. This is Bone Crusher. Temple Garden, not what I needed. Needed another creature. I'll have to come out and play tapped. +1/+1 counter on the Warden. Oh, I had to. No, we needed to bring that in untapped actually for the Ronis. So it would still be able to block. There's a Hazard. Well, I don't think it really matters that much now. All just coming at us. Pump up the Warden so I'm able to block with Ronis. Ronis is going to have to block Hazard. Bone Crusher. Not that will really matter. I think obviously Hazard can just ping us for 2 as well. There's a Jamoka's command. Yep, that's us. Here we are up against Morpheus. That's going to be a keep. So it's a Luris deck. Put the Ronis at the bottom. Play the Forest and get the Warden out. Fabled Passage. Play Temple Garden, so we'll play that untapped. Get in for 1. And play the Voice. Crack the Passage and get a Swamp. There's a Blood Chief's Thirst. And a Thoughtseize. So I'm probably going to take Garrick's Harbinger. Now there we got another one. Can't play it just now though. In for 2 with the voice. So we'll get the Galaxy Harbinger out next turn, provided we still keep a hold of it. There's a Blightstep Pathway. And a Croxa, so not we're going to lose the Galaxy Harbinger as well. There's an experiment one. So we'll get in for 5. And then play the experiment one. Young Pyromancer. Mountain. And another Young Pyromancer. Branch off Pathway. So we'll get in with everything. Block the experiment one and voice. You get a token. You take 3. Play the pathway. Then bring him back Croxa. There's a Luminac Aspirant. Pump up the Fleeceman. No attacks at the moment. There's a Dreadbore in the Fleeceman. That's a bit unlucky. Just needed one more land to give that hexproof. I'll get in for an attack with Croxa. Go down to 6 and play another Croxa. Go down to 3. There's a Galaxy Harbinger. It's really going to make much difference though. So I'll attack with a 3/3 Elemental. Keep the Luminarch Aspirant back. I'm going to play a Claim on Croxa, which is going to bring it and come in, give it a deal 3 damage to us. So that's us. So we're going to bring in the 3 Scavenging Ooze. We'll take out a Tireless Tracker and 2 of the Voracious Hydras. Their main creatures are going to be a bit big for the Voracious Hydra to take care of, so that's going to be a mulligan. And we'll keep that. Put a Janny back. Play the Canopy Vista. Because we need the green next turn. Blood Crypt. And Stitcher Supplier. So it's a Fable Passage, Swamp and a Call Against Command. Play the Swamp and we'll get out the Experiment one. Dragon Skull Summit and a Magma Spray. Getting in for 1. There's a Sun Petal Grove. So we'll get out the Garrick's Harbinger. I'm going to attack for 1. Block. That could be a bad idea. Ah, they've got a Magma Spray and it was. Fabled Passage. There's a Temple Garden. So we'll play that untapped and we'll play the Scavenging Ooze. I'm going to crack the Fabled Passage and get a Swamp. So we will eat the Dreadbore. No, Stitcher Supplier. No one I'm bringing that back. We've got Lurus as well. So we'll eat the Dreadbore. There's a Warden. Play that. Play Ronas. Get in from attack for 3. Did we overextend? Yeah, we got a fail push there on the Scavenging Ooze. And I feed the Swarm on the Warden. So there's a Luminarch Aspirant. So it'll be a wee while before that gets up to 4 to allow Ronas to block an attack. Although we can pump it. There's a Dreadbore and the Luminarch Aspirant. So that's not going to happen. I'm going to keep all these other creatures off the table then. There's another Ooze. There's a young Pyromancer. And the Village Rites. So we'll kill the young Pyromancer. Have they drawn a fail push for the Ooze? Possibly not. So there's a Forest. So we'll get rid of the Pyromancer. Get in for an attack for 9. Pump the Ooze. There's a Village Rites. So it's going to take 11 altogether. And there's another forest. Dreadhorde Arcanist. And a Fame. So there's become a 3/3 and with haste. So we'll eat what it's targeting. There's a Stitcher Supplier. There's a Voice. Play the Voice of Resurgence. Attack with everything. And we get the GGs. Okay. So after the first one, there's going to be no changes here. I'm going to keep in the 3 Scavenging Oozes. They seem to do quite a bit last game. So there's a Swamp and a Stitcher Supplier. Play the Canopy Vista. Get a Fleeceman out next turn. There's a Croxer. So we'll discard the Dromoka's command. They're going to get in for 1. There's a Branch Loth. Pathway, and we'll get a Fleeceman Lion out. Mountain, and a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Play Claim on Croxer. So we'll discard the Voracious Hydra. Play the Sunpearl Grove, and we'll get out Scavenging Ooze. Get in for an attack for 3. I'm going to block the Stitcher Supplier. Eat Croxer, just in case they draw land. And then I've got the Dreadhorde Arcanist. So would have lost either way, so obviously they could have brought Croxer back next turn. I'm going to lose the Ooze, more than likely. Yep. Play the Branch Loft. We'll play Bastry. make the Fleeceman a 4/4 indestructible and get in for an attack. There's a young Pyromancer. Gonna lose the Fleeceman here. It deals us the damage instead of battery, but we've got a Dreadboard for battery, so we'll play the Fleeceman line. Saying that's not really going to make much difference. Dreadboard. So when they attack with the Arcanist, they're going to Dreadboard the Fleeceman. Oh, you can use the village rights. Okay. And do they have something else then for the Fleeceman? Block the Pyromancer. I should have blocked the Dreadhorde, really, shouldn't I? There's Luris. Play the Warden. And we'll play the Tireless Tracker. In for an attack for 3. We'll probably block with the Elemental, yep. There's a Fame on the Dreadhorde. So you couldn't bring back Dreadboard last time because obviously the attack, the power of Dreadhorde wasn't enough. They've got a failed push there as well anyway. So what are they going to bring back? Dreadboard. So I'm probably going to be taking out the Tireless Tracker there. Yeah, this is not going our way. There's a failed push on the Fleeceman. Yeah, that's us. Here we are with a game against Bro, Do Me a Flavour. I'm going to mulligan that with only one land. We'll keep that. Put back the Branch Loft. So I'll play the Canopy Vista. Legion's Initiative. I'll play the Branch Loft and get a Fleeceman out. So is it going to be some sort of red aggro? Or Boros aggro, I should say. Augusta Dean of Order. So that's another pump, basically, that gives all creatures So what kind of deck is this then? I'll get the Fleece Mane after the experiment 1 so we can evoke on the experiment 1. No point attacking with the Fleece Mane. Let's see what else they're going to play. Gisela. Flying first strike and lifeline, so that's going to be a big problem. So we'll play the planes. We'll play the Voracious Hydra. Did think about keeping it back and attacking, but obviously Gisela's going to work against that. And saying that, we could have... No, because first strike, so we wouldn't have done any damage to Gisela either anyway, so... So we'll just double the counters. We can monstrous one of the Fleece Manes next turn, probably. There's Bastry. So we're going to +1 on Gisela. So Augusta makes them untap. So they've got pseudo vigilance then, basically. Don't know if we're going to be able to get around this. Especially with Gisela growing each turn as well. As a Speaker of Heavens. Plarg, Dean of Chaos. I'm going to get in for another 6. Looking monstrous, the Fleece Mane. And playing Experiment 1. Not really going to make much difference. So we're going to bring in our 3 Night of Autumn. And we'll take out a Tireless Tracker and 2 of the Voracious Hydras. From what we've seen, the creatures are going to be a lot higher in toughness, so it's going to be a while before the Voracious Hydra can take care of them. Keep that and play the Canopy Vista. Got a Knight of Autumn there, Andrew's welcome as command for any enchantments that they do play. So there's a Mountain and a Legion Loyalist. I'm going to get in for 1. Planes. And we'll play the Fleece Mane line. There's our plains. And a chain to the rocks. So we're going to target the fleece main. Luckily enough, we've got the Knight of Autumn and a Dromoka's command, so I'm going to get in for another one. Play the plains. I'll play the Knight of Autumn, just to get a body on the table as well. And we'll take out the chain to the rocks. Get back our fleece main. There's some needle spires. Another chain to the rocks, so I take the fleece main again. We do have the Dromoka's command if we want to do that. No attacks this turn. There's another fleece main. Yeah, we'll make them sack that, get back fleece main, put up a counter on the Knight of Autumn. Don't really have the mana, because I don't have any other green mana which we desperately need. Outlaw's Merriment. So is this some kind of Boros pile? There's a forest, so that's the green we desperately need. That's monstrous before they're able to get rid of it somehow. We can attack for 3. So we're going to create a 3-1 with haste and trample. Path of Metal. And another Path of Metal. So that's going to take care of the Knight of Autumn. Our fleece main's fine. No attacks. I'll get the ooze down. Play Tireless Tracker. Evolve the ooze. Play the Branch Loft and get an investigate. And investigate. And get a clue token. Right. Not attack just to now. And create a 2-1 with lifelink and haste this time. Divine Visitation. If one or more creatures, so anything that comes into any tokens that come into play are instantly 4/4s. That's not good. They're getting in with everything. damn, I meant to crack the clue on that. So I'll be able to keep the tireless tracker. My mistake. Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite us. Another fleece main. Well, monstrous it right away. They're all tapped out. And we can get in for an attack for sun. They're going to start pumping out 4/4 angels though. They also have vigilance. No attacks though. And there's a Ronus. So we can get Basri out. +1 on the experiment one. Get in with the 3 of them. I'm going to create another angel. Going to block the 3 smaller ones. And leaving the 2 angels. So another angel now. Sparring regime. Whenever they attack it, +1/+1, counter on target creature. They're getting from 9. So they will kill us next turn. I'm going to take out Basri. There's a voice. So I'll attack with everything. All they really have to do is block 2 of them. We'll pump up the experiment one. Take out the 5/5. Two damage from Mtgo. There's another angel. Combat Celebrant. Gonna get in for 5. But we should have enough next turn to kill them off. There's a branch loft. Not really going to need to play it though. We'll get in with everything. going to block Ronus and the 2 Fleece Mains. So I'll give them both +2/+0 just because we can. What? Has ended your game on a draw on turn 10? What? Oh, it's simply to win. What? What's going on? Well, very surprising, but we're not going to make any changes to the deck. That seem to work fine. Why did it do that? Play the Forest. Even the timers, I thought the console was opponent, but even the timer is basically as if we never played that game at all. What the hell's going on there? Very strange. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Right, so that's Needle Spires. Play the Forest. We'll get Warden out. And we'll get the other Voice of Resurgence out. Get in for an attack for 2. There's Augusta again. Fleece Main out. Get in with everything. I'm going to block with 2/2. We're very lucky there. We could have lost the Warden because we couldn't pump it up basically to become a 3/3. There's Legion's Initiative again. And let's hope we don't get Gisela. We're going to get in for 1. Play Basri. Counter on the Warden. So this time it can't be killed. Get in for everything. They're going to block the Fleece Main. There's a Legion Loyalist. Let's get in for 2. On Basri. Play Temple Garden. And I'll plus one on the Fleece main. Play Luminarch. Give the Warden another counter. In with everything again. So they're going to block the voice again. So we'll pump up the Warden. Make it a 3, I'll make it a 5-5 now. That's them down to 3. We should have this next turn unless they've got some sort of board wipe. There's an Outlaw's Merriment. I get in for 3. Taking out Bastry, so only doing 1 to us. Play the Branch Loft. Counter on the Fleece main. And attack with everything. And they block but still take lethal. And we get the GG's. Okay, so we won that game then. So there's not going to be any changes once again. We'll keep that. There's a Speaker of the Heavens. Play the Forest and Experiment 1. There's a Path of Metal. So it's going to get rid of the Experiment 1. Get in for 1. So I'll play some Petal Grove and get out a voice. There's a Legion Loyalist. I'm going to get in with both of them. We'll take the 2. Play the next voice. Both of us seem to be a bit pinched on land at the moment. I can get in for 2. No blocks. Okay, there's a Ronus. Play the Fleece main. Attack with the 2 voices. So they're going to deal 2 damage to us. So they finally get a land, Battlefield Forge, and an Outlaw's Merriment. Finally get another land, so we'll play the Branch Loft. And we'll get rid of that enchantment. Give the Fleeceman +1. +1/+1 counter. So we'll have it up to a 4/4 for when Ronus comes down. Get in for an attack with everything. I'm going to block the 4/4. There's an Assemble the Legion. Luckily enough, we've got a Dromoka's command there, so we can take care of that. There's an Ajani. We could play Ronus if we wanted, but I think we need to get rid of the Assemble the Legion first. So we'll just do the same, put a +1/+1 counter on the Fleece main. Get rid of the Assemble the Legion. Get in for 9. They are more than likely going to block the Fleece main. There's another Legion Loyalist. No, they've got no cards on hand. So we'll play the Temple Garden. It can come into play untapped, and we'll play Ajani actually, rather than Ronus. Give everything +1/+1, or give everything a +1/+1 counter. And attack with everything. They're going to ping us for 2. No. Killed Voice. There's a Plarg. There's a Warden. Put the Warden. And then the Ronus. Or Bashri. Play Ronus. That makes our elemental token bigger. Put a +1/+1 counter on everything. And attack with everything. So they're going to take 4 overall. Oh, they just pinged themselves for 1. Well, we'll play Bastry. +1/+1 counter on the voice, the warden I should say. And attack with everything. They're gonna destroy a creature at random, but also ping themselves in the process. Nope, they're not. And we get the GGs. And we do, we get the GGs. So how did we do in the end? Well, we went 3-3 overall. We did lose to a mono black as well that was not shown, and we did win against a kind of Rakdos aggro as well, which was not shown. I think obviously a mono green deck would be a lot better, but I did enjoy playing the deck and it did seem to have its moments. White has one of the strongest, probably, sideboard cards around, so there was that benefit coming from the white. Any creatures to change? Well, you could bring in Lovestruck Beast. That would be a good one. We don't really have, problem with that, we don't really have an awful lot of 1/1 creatures. There are a number of other very good green creatures, but they require more green mana, and we are split between 2, so they could become problematic. I'm sure there could be a few changes to the deck that could make it work a bit better. For the sideboard, I would probably bring in something to go along with the Scavenging Ooze though, because once we lose the Ooze, we lose any ability to manipulate the graveyard. Along with the Ooze, maybe a Rest in Peace might be a good thing, but other than that, the deck went 3-3, so I'm quite happy. As I said, I enjoyed playing the game, the deck, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. YouTube is showing you a couple of videos you might like. Comment down below. Remember to give a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye!